The camera industry has a dirty secret that no one wants to talk about. But today, Nikon is finally saying it out loud. For the last 3 years, we have been lied to. We've been told that speed is the only thing that matters. We have been pushed toward cameras that shoot faster than a machine gun. But in that frantic race for frames per second, something precious was left behind. The soul of the photograph was traded for a spec sheet. If you are a landscape photographer, a fine art printer, or someone who lives for the surgical precision of a perfect file, you have felt ignored. You've been sitting on the sidelines. You have been holding onto your aging D850 or your original Z7, waiting for a real reason to move forward. You refuse to settle for good enough resolution. You don't want a camera that guesses. You want a camera that sees. Today, that patience becomes your greatest advantage. We are not just talking about a new camera body. We are talking about the Nikon Z7 III. This is the resolution king returning to reclaim a throne that many thought was lost forever. This is not just a gear update. It is a calculated strike against the medium format market. Nikon has stopped playing catch-up. They have started rewriting the rules of what a full-frame sensor can actually do. We have finally cracked the code on the authentic specs, the real-world pricing, and a release window that is much closer than you think. This is the moment the gear landscape changes forever. For a long time, the professional imaging ecosystem has felt like a giant puzzle with a missing piece. We had the Z9 and the Z8 for the speed demons. Those cameras are incredible feats of engineering, but they are built for the moment. They are built for the split second. They aren't necessarily built for the forever detail of a massive gallery print. For the architectural perfectionists and the studio masters, there was a massive gap in the lineup. The previous generation was a solid workhorse, sure, but let's be real. In a world where 60-plus megapixel monsters are becoming the standard, the old tech was starting to show its age. Nikon knew they could not just give us a minor refresh. They couldn't just slap a Mark III sticker on an old body and call it a day. They needed to make a statement. They needed to silence the competition once and for all. That statement is built around a brand new 67-megapixel backside illuminated sensor. But do not let that number fool you. This is not just about packing more pixels into the same space. That's a rookie mistake. This is about the fundamental architecture of the light gathering process itself. The industry is buzzing right now. Why? Because the data suggests this is a non-stacked sensor. This was a very deliberate and frankly brilliant move by Nikon. While everyone else obsessed over stacked sensors for speed, those sensors usually come with a hidden tax. They often suffer from a slight penalty in base ISO dynamic range. They have a higher noise floor. By choosing a non-stacked design, the Z7 III is doubling down on pure, unadulterated image quality. We are looking at a native ISO 64, but it goes further. There is potential to expand down to a legendary ISO 32. This is not just a spec on a sheet. This is the cleanest digital file a professional has ever seen. We are talking about a staggering 15.5 stops of dynamic range. Imagine standing on a cliffside at sunset. You have deep, dark shadows in the rocks. You have screaming highlights in the clouds. With this hardware, you can pull those shadows from the dead of night and see zero noise. No grain, no banding, just pure, clinical detail. This is the clean file dream that makes high-end retouching feel like a breeze. You are getting medium format quality in a body you can actually carry all day. But this is where the story takes a turn that most people did not see coming. Nikon's recent acquisition of Red and their moves in the cinema world are finally bearing fruit. Usually, a stills-first camera gets the leftovers. It gets the good enough video features. Not this time. The Z7 III is getting a massive internal overhaul. It features a brand new processor, the first of its kind. It is specifically tuned for cinema standard color science. This is the secret sauce. This is what separates a hobbyist video from a Hollywood production. We are talking about skin tones that rival $30,000 movie rigs right out of the box. The camera will feature a new internal 12-bit RAW format. It can handle 8K at 60 frames per second without the camera even getting warm. Think about that. If you are a pro who needs to shoot a high-end commercial and a billboard-size still on the same day, you no longer need two different systems. You don't need to lug around a bag full of different bodies. This is the first time a high-resolution stills body has been given the keys to the kingdom of professional cinema color. When we look at the broader market, the Z7 III isn't just competing with other mirrorless cameras. It is coming for the giants. It is looking directly at Hasselblad and Fujifilm. Historically, photographers moved to medium format for one reason. They felt full-frame sensors had reached a ceiling. They wanted better tonality. They wanted more depth. Nikon has just shattered that ceiling. By optimizing this 67-megapixel sensor for light reception rather than readout speed, they have achieved a pixel-level clarity that makes images look three-dimensional. Every leaf in a forest is distinct. Every brick in a skyscraper is sharp. Every thread in a fashion garment is rendered with surgical precision. This camera is for the person who zooms into 200% and expects to see perfection. It is for the artist who wants to print 6 feet wide and have the viewer stand inches away without seeing a single artifact. Nikon has realized that while the world was chasing fast, a huge portion of the professional market was still craving perfect. The build quality of the Z7 III also reflects this return to dominance. It takes the ergonomics that Nikon is famous for and refines them. It feels like a precision instrument in your hand. The grip is deep. The buttons are tactile. The weather sealing is top tier. It is designed to survive the harshest environments on Earth. You could take this into a humid rainforest or the freezing Arctic. It doesn't matter. This camera is built to perform when everything else fails. The electronic viewfinder has also been upgraded to a record-breaking resolution. The transition from optical viewfinders finally feels complete. You are no longer looking at a screen. You are looking at reality. This level of immersion is what allows a photographer to stay in the creative flow. Every button, every dial, and every menu item has been placed with the working professional in mind. It is a camera that gets out of your way and lets you create. Let's talk about the lens ecosystem for a moment. A sensor this good is useless without glass that can resolve that much detail. Thankfully, the S-line lenses were built for this exact moment. Nikon was playing the long game. When they launched the Z-mount, people complained it was too big. Now we know why. They needed that massive mount to allow light to hit this 67-megapixel sensor at the perfect angle. Lenses like the 50mm f1.2 or the 85mm f1.2 are going to sing on this body. You are going to see a level of microcontrast that was previously impossible. This isn't just an upgrade for your camera. It's an upgrade for every Z-mount lens you already own. It unlocks the true potential of the glass dot, in my opinion. The Nikon Z7 III is the most important camera release of the decade. It signals a shift back to what truly matters in photography, the image. We live in an era of AI. Other brands are busy adding features that guess what a photo should look like. They use algorithms to fill in the blanks. Nikon is doing the opposite. They are giving you the raw, honest data. They are showing you what the world actually looks like. It is a bold, uncompromising tool for people who take their craft seriously. It is the bridge between the classic era of high-resolution DSLRs and the future of digital cinema. If you have been waiting for a reason to upgrade, this is it. The D850 was a legend, but its time has passed. The throne has a new occupant, and it is wearing a Nikon badge. This camera doesn't just take pictures. It captures moments with a level of fidelity that was previously impossible. It is a game changer. It is a dream machine. It is a true return to form for the king of resolution. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the future of imaging, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you never miss an update. Share this video with your fellow photographers who are still rocking their D850s and hit that bell icon to stay notified every time we drop a new video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest and greatest in the world of gear. Thanks for watching.